Hey, welcome to the Store Coach Academy. I'm so glad you found us, and I'm confident after you see what we have to offer, you'll be happy you found us as well. Now, we have a unique approach to e-commerce, and this is something that we've developed over the past 17 years that we've been selling online. I started in 2003, and the 5 coaches at Store Coach have a combined 60 plus years of e-commerce experience. Now, this approach is, like I say, something we developed. It's proprietary to us. It's our model. Nobody else uses it and nobody else teaches it. It's strictly us and the people who have gotten into the academy. Now, let me real quickly go over what our approach is and why it's unique. We don't sell other brands. We create our own brands. So the way we begin is we find a niche that's kind of being overlooked, and we have some tools that will show you how to do that. And what we do is we bring in samples and we run Facebook ad tests to see if any of those products have a positive ROI, meaning the ads and the product cost far less than the amount of revenue we get when we sell that product. So when we find winners, we then bring them in with our own branding on them and sometimes some improvements to the product to make it superior to any of the other similar brands out there. And we start scaling our ads at that point. And then we expand onto Amazon and Google Shopping, and we get ranked in Google, and all that's covered in the Academy. The beautiful, beautiful thing about this model is that the upfront starting capital is very, very little, but you have no limit on how big you can get. Honestly, if you look at the sites for Sell Marketplace right here on Store Coach, most of the sites listed in there are by students of ours, people who followed the Academy training, and you'll see sites for hundreds of thousands of dollars. In the last year, we've listed 2 sites for 6 million plus, and that's the kind of upside this type of store has. Now, our approach has been so fine-tuned that it really doesn't have cons. It only has pros. For example, there's huge margins. Your store has no real ceiling. You have no real competition because you're creating your own brand. You don't really need a business entity. You really don't need to beg a supplier to set you up with an account because the factories you're working with are begging for business. They want to work with you. You don't need to talk anybody into this, which is absolutely awesome. And like I said, there's very little capital needed up front, which is one of the most enticing things about our model. Now, why should you trust us? Well, for starters, we've built over 180 stores since 2003, successful stores. We, like I said, have over 60 years of combined experience, 17 for me alone. We've sold many sites for 6 figures, hundreds of thousands of dollars. In fact, we've been on Fox News and in the New York Times just talking about our success and our model. Now, I'm not saying all that to brag. I'm saying that you really should trust us. We practice what we preach. We have a portfolio of our own successful stores right now as we speak. We've always had 2 or more stores since 2003. And we teach the exact same model, the exact same steps that we use. Now, if you click the Start Application button below, we'll jump inside the admin of our jewelry store that's done over $160,000 in sales in the past 30 days. And you will also start the application process, which is zero obligation. You'll start off with your name and your email. And after the next step, where you watch the video inside of our store's admin, you'll have an opportunity to fill out the application. So at this point, you have nothing to lose and your own financial independence to gain. So go ahead and click the Start Application button below and let's get going.